more can I say?
Top billing.
All right, top billing. Let's get into a little bit of a film study with my home away from home. That will be Tampa Bay. Y'all know I want to see my guy Bruce Arians and my boy Byron Leftwich succeed. Should it be with Tom Brady, the GOAT? At least one of the GOATs, right? So it's got me thinking, man. Seeing Tom Brady operate in more of a horizontal approach the last couple of years. We know in the past they've done a lot of vertical stuff in New England. But you have to be real with the situation. They have done some real rhythm and timing type stuff in the last couple of years as he's gotten older. Can he survive in the most aggressive offense in the NFL, pushing everything vertical with no regard for human life? Let's hit the film room. All right, the first thing you got to know about Bruce Arians' offense is that it is all or nothing. You're either throwing screens or you're throwing downfield for the most part, right? Obviously, there's going to be variations. But he likes to push the ball down the field 30 yards or more, make you take some serious risks. And this is something that people don't understand when they talk about Jameis Winston's season. Go back and look at Carson Palmer's season 2. As great as Carson Palmer was, even he struggled in his first season under that. All right, check this one out right here. Releasing 3 into the formation. You got Verts on the outside, Verts on the inside, Chris Godwin running a deep post, going against cover 2 with the middle linebacker carrying. You got to fit this bad boy into a keyhole. Where we at right here? Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, set, hitch, wait, launch. This throw is not open by any stretch of the imagination. But hey, technically it's probably where it should go, in the middle of the field, splitting the 2 safeties. Got your 2 deep shell. He gets it there. Took a risk, but it paid off. Bruce Arians undoubtedly loves that. All right, check this out, man. You got a 3-by-1 going on with snug formations. You got 5-step drop. Going against cover 2 with a dude with a lot of speed, and he drops it in the bucket. Can Tom Brady still do this? Look at it. Oh, look where that throw is. Look how far it travels down the field. Now, this is arm strength, right? You cannot float that up. You have to drive that bad boy. Does Tom Brady still have that type of arm strength? Did he ever have that type of arm strength? Doesn't matter. All right, let's check it out from this view. So necessarily not the same type of throw, but you get the idea here. Holds the safety, rhythm pat, that over-the-top throw motion, straight classic. Not having to drive the ball, but able to get it downfield and get it down the field accurately, right? And the portions of Bruce Arians' offense that does call for some of the quick action, of course he'll excel at that. He's Tom freaking Brady, right? Pushing the ball down the field, I think he can still push the ball down the field. However, there are differences, right? A lot of his stuff was in shotgun. Maybe that's what he'll bring to the team, right? If they say that he needs to have his way or have input into the playbook, maybe it'll be that a lot of this stuff comes off a shotgun. Because if you notice, a lot of the stuff, when he did have back-to-the-basket play-action fakes, he was a little inaccurate with the ball going down the field. All right, working on the center, back-to-the-basket play-action fake, deep set, off target. Now, if we look at this, going to Mohamed Sanu. Now, this is the throw that you have to drive. Doesn't seem as comfortable driving it. Back to the basket, play action fake, put the ball in the belly of the beast, whip that head around, set, hitch up, drive off that back leg, got your point and shoot foot correctly. Now, he tries to ease it in there. And this is to be the one, if you see, that's a 20-yard throw, right? 20-yard throw, it needs to be on a frozen rope. Doesn't put the requisite arm strength on it and kind of floats it. All right, here's what I mean. He's already in the gun, and you got 3-by-1 going on. You're going to have a dig to the outside. So these aren't really vertical routes, right? You can see when I diagram this, it just looks a lot different than what Tampa's doing. Got the outside running the dig. You have a slot receiver running a wheel route. Then you have a deep over route by the tight slot. So this is going to be another 20 to 25-yard throw. This time he puts it on the rope while evading in the pocket. You can see clearly why Tom Brady is who he is. Slide in the pocket, put it through a keyhole. All right, check this out. Riding them, that's just beautiful. Now, that's something that he brings that Jameis Winston can do as well, but he just doesn't consistently do it. Pocket collapsing on him, waters getting muddied, simply evades, buys himself a little bit of time. Now, where do you look at that? That is amazing to me. Completely amazing. That is some serious accuracy, and that's driving the ball downfield, not coming off a back to the basket play action fake. That's what I'm saying. Maybe Bruce Arians can adjust this to where he's working out of the gun more, but there's a rhythm and timing aspect to throwing a deep ball, and it's better, in my opinion, done on these vertical concepts coming out of 5 and 7 step drops from under center. I want you to check this out right here. See, people equate arm strength with throwing the ball deep down the field with the ball in flight. Now look at this is an end of half Hail Mary. That's about a 60-yard throw in the air. But that's not arm strength. Arm strength is what you see in this Bruce Arians offense, where you can load up right here, but when you're throwing these deep vertical seams and stuff like that, that's a load management throw. You have to be able to have the arm strength to keep the ball down and not float it. But as you can see here, he can still put the ball 60 yards in the air, no problem. All right, check this out. Motion, cutting the split, running 2 deep curls with Evans and Godwin. Boom. And that's with my man slipping coming out of the break. Check it out. Lots of under center stuff, 12 personnel, virtually max protect, late releases. Look at that. Look at him drive the ball. Set, hitch, fire. Cock and fire. Look at the RPMs. It's a different kind of offense, man. I'm here to tell you. All right, look at my man Byron Leftwich dialing it up, right? You got on the outside, the shortest route is a curl route, right? 10-yard curl. Everything else is going vert. Got slot receiver running a post, tight end running a seam, and then another 9 route at the bottom. All vert. 3-step drop out of a shotgun. So pretty much what you're working with there is a 7-step drop. Now they have to hold the ball a lot in this offense. That's another thing. Can he take the punishment? All right, check it out. 30-yard post on a rope. 30 yards in the air, but on a rope. No lobbing the ball. Holds the safety. Hitch up. Draws out that back leg. You can't mess with that because it's on a rope. High risk, high reward. Yet another one. All right, I want you to look at the options on this and why this is a difficult offense to play in. Up top, you got Mike Evans pretty much running a clear out route. Now, down bottom here, you're going to have a deep out route, which really shows arm strength as it's from the opposite hash. And then you'll have a deep in route, a dig. You can see by the coverage that if you don't drive on these dig routes in the middle of the field, that can easily become a pick, right? A lot of action in the middle of the field, and that's why it's a high turnover, high risk reward offense. All right. Oh. Bring it back. Got to give my man Leftwich some props. He's definitely working with Jameis and his eye manipulation. Definitely not something you would have to work with Tom Brady. That is a part of Jameis's game that I've noticed. You see him here appearing off the safety. Kind of drop was this, right? So essentially, a few more drops out of a shotgun. Wait for your guy to uncover. Barely, but look at this. Float this up and look who's got a direct sight line right here, right? Johnson, the defensive back. But this bad boy is humming. Jameis fits it right in there, right? A lot of people that's picked off. Even with Jameis, quite a few times it was picked off as well, but you can see the difficulty in it. All right, 12 personnel. You're going to have a blunder here by Jameis Winston. Well, not technically. It's going to be, obviously, everything's going to be on the quarterback. That's what people look at. That's the only thing people can really identify. But the eye in the sky don't lie. This was not on Jameis Winston. This was on Mike Evans. All right, you're going to have a double dig concept going on at the top of the screen. Coverage sinks underneath it. But on this backside dig by Mike Evans here, going against cover 3, my man needed to really square his route off, snap it off, come down the line, instead of rounding this off, and Jameis would have been okay with this. Check this out right here. This was not on Jameis Winston, in my opinion. I remember watching this live thinking like, man, what a poor route. There's a lot of trust. This is an offense built on trust. See coming out of here, Jameis doing a good job of looking it off, holding the safety. Clearly a deep third coverage. Now right here, this is where it goes wrong. Mike Evans needed to come down the line, snap it off, come down the line straight. But you see what he does? He rounds it off and goes behind the cornerback, Desmond Trufant, who essentially becomes the receiver. But that'll be one of the 30 interceptions placed on Jameis Winston when it's not really his fault, right? So I can feel when Bruce Arians say that like 10 of them weren't his fault. And to me, if he cuts down on, let's just say 20 interceptions were his fault. If he were able to cut that back to 14 interceptions or something like that, and he took his touchdowns up to like 40 while throwing for 5,000 yards, over 5,000 yards, to me, he's built for this type of offense, right? There's probably a reason why Bruce Arians was excited to go to Tampa, and I bet you Jameis Winston was one of the reasons because of his arm talent. However, Tom Brady adds some stuff in the mid-distance and the quick game that I don't think Jameis, at least at this particular point in time, is as good as with Tom Brady, which is not really saying anything because I don't think there's too many people in football outside of Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, and these guys who are. But does the punishment fit the crime? Meaning, does Jameis's interceptions outweigh the good that he can do in this offense? And would Tom Brady be an upgrade in this particular offense? I think it's 6 in one hand, half a dozen on the other. They would have to tailor the offense to what Tom Brady does best. And that might be what gets Tampa over the hump. Maybe Bruce Arians is ready to try something new or to be able to sprinkle in some different things as far as the quick game and getting a higher completion percentage out of his quarterback, letting his weapons go to work while not taking as many risks. I don't know. That doesn't seem like it's in Bruce Arians' DNA, but I'm eager to see it happen if it does happen. But if it doesn't, hopefully, I know this is going to be an unpopular opinion. I love Jameis Winston. He's been my boy forever. I'm not jumping off the train right now or ever, really, right? Because I saw what that kid could do in college. He's one of the greatest college quarterbacks of all time. And he's done some good stuff in the league and did some good stuff last season too. Cut down on the turnovers. He fits this offense. But if Tom Brady came, come on, man. You know, it will be off the chain. But let me know what you think right there in the comment section. Does Tom Brady fit this type of offense? What should they do with Jameis Winston? Should they stay the course, fix the offensive line and things like that? Or is it Tom Brady the answer to the problem? Let me know, all right? Thank you. Hashtag Real Men Watch to the end. It's your boy Murf, the Underground King. Top billing sports, and I am out. Peace.
What more can I say?
Top billing.